So good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me good.
Yes, thank you.
Uh, Okay, so my name is Oxcenia Diamond. I'm the program manager here at the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium in our Healthy Homes program. I've been here in the program for about a year, but I've been with our organization for a little over 10 years. I am Sukpiakinunangak. I'm originally from Chignik Lake on the Alaska Peninsula, and I'm a member of the Unga tribe. So our Healthy Homes program really pursues partnerships with local tribal organizations, regional tribal health organizations, and local housing authorities to improve respiratory health and encourage healthier home environments in Alaska Native communities. Our program offers trainings, home assessments, and healthy home topic-specific technical assistance to communities throughout Alaska. So the purpose behind our program is really children's respiratory health. We know that childhood pneumonia can have long-term effects, and it can lead to chronic wet cough and permanent lung damage that can lead to severe breathing difficulties as a child, and that will reach farther into adulthood. So on this slide, you can see that it compares rural Alaska on the left to urban Alaska on the right, and you can definitely see that the pneumonia-associated hospitalizations is so much higher than in our rural communities than it is in the urban areas. And part of those issues are really just narrowed down to that many rural Alaska houses are so much smaller, they're crowded, and they use wood stoves for their heat. And all of these can contribute to poor indoor air quality and poor respiratory health. So what we did back in 2015 was our initial hospital consult study. And right here on the top of, you could see who our partners were, and our goal was to see if home improvements can reduce the pollutants and improve health in children with lung disease. Um, Here were our methods. We identified um, children with lung problems as they entered into the hospital setting, and then at kind of provided our initial outreach to them and seeing if they were interested in us assessing their homes or providing, and from those assessments, providing some home renovations and modifications, whether it was including, range hoods, vents, mold remediation, just depending on what their need was. We also, in that first initial consult, provide a lot of education and outreach. In our education, we really use the cue cards as our visual our to help our parents visualize kind of what we're trying to get across to them, which really encouraged a lot of the behavior changes. They were able to see it visually and kind of relate it to what they were seeing in their home, um, and help us move forward easier with their targeted home. We also did this study, and as you can see from the slide, our study homes were well above the U.S. housing percentages as far as the occupancy, the square footage, how many people per room, and how many people used wood stoves as their primary heat source, smokers in the home, and then no running waters. Because a lot of communities in rural Alaska still don't have 100% running water in their homes. So some of the results from that initial study um, did did show us what we thought was there, that there was a lot of high level of pollutants in organic compounds, and a very high rate of children reported coughing and wheezing and lung infections and hospital stays. So, as I said earlier, methods were to meet with the parents right in the hospital setting and get them income verified, get them interested, shared some toolkits with them. And after some of the home improvements that we did based on what their need was, we found that there was a decrease in symptoms in children. So the runny noses were down, coughs were down, wheezing was down. There was a decrease in these children being absent from school, which would make parents absent from work, and there was really a decrease in to visits to the emergency room or the clinic or any hospital setting. And so what we found that worked was changing out wood stoves, sharing best burning practices. If there was any ventilation issues, we either installed or fixed their vents. And shared a lot of education on why ventilation was really important. We provided vacuums and safer cleaning supplies and shared about washing bedding more regularly, talked about pets, and we addressed the mold issues and talked about removing carpets if that was a possibility or if that was really what was needed in any specific home. And then, like I said earlier, really talked about increasing the ventilation in homes and shared a lot about green cleaning products. So in summary, with our initial consult, we completed 92 homes and we mailed out adapted Healthy Homes toolkits to all of those homes, kind of tailored onto from that initial meeting with the parents and the home assessments. We tailored their toolkits to their specific needs in their homes. And then we also did 47 low cost modifications to homes, whether it was ventilation, mold and moisture mitigation, or the heat source, changed out some wood stoves or changed out some of their Toyo stoves, which turned out to be um, pretty low cost, under $5,000 per home. And then at our 6-month checkup calls with caregivers, so with parents, we found that there was a lot of behavior change um, in the home that kind of related to the education that we did with them in the hospital setting when we first met with them. And then we really determined that it was feasible to provide these consults and arrange the low cost modifications when when a child was hospitalized with a lung infection. One of the biggest barriers that we ran into was the timing. Sometimes it didn't feel like it was right. There's parents really concerned about their child, and so we had to do some follow-up calls, seeing if it was a good time to now talk about some of the issues that were going on in their home and be able to try to enroll them into our program. So really the timing was it was hit or miss. But really like right there in the hospital setting, there was a lot of parents that were like, sure, sign me up. And then some of them were like, can we just talk about this when we're not in the hospital? So from there, after the original Healthy Home study concluded with the results linking indoor air quality to respiratory illness, it became a priority here at ANTHC to develop our program more. We re, we are now working with additional tribal health organizations moving forward to conduct some hospital consults with families and pregnant moms and identify the possible environmental hazards in their home and we really stress a lot about the behavior change in the home, whether it's green cleaning or even taking your shoes off at the door and just to improve the air quality in the homes. And then we do provide the Healthy Homes toolkits to each family that we are in contact with based on their needs. And then if needed, we'll refer them to the local housing authority for those low cost modifications. And our next steps, like right now, our target is pregnant moms so that when a baby is born, they're coming into a healthier home and starting out at the best that they can and moving forward. And so from there, that really concludes the my presentation. The slide has our Healthy Homes program contact information. There is only two of us. There's Abby and I, and so sometimes um, getting back to people, it kind of takes us a day or two. So, but that's all that I had. So thank you.